Trump devastates leftists with what illegals should do if they are really worried about family separations. There has been much consternation and furious criticisms from elected Democrats, the liberal media and leftists in general with regard to the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy for illegal immigrants apprehended after entering the country illegally. Specifically, the left has taken issue with one aspect of the zero-tolerance policy that saw illegal immigrant children separated from their families while their parents were detained and prosecuted for their crimes, prior to being reunited once the process was complete. Despite the fact that the separation policy was based on court precedents set during the Clinton administration and previous administrations had implemented the same policies, albeit without the strict zero-tolerance enforcement aspect, leftists still chastise Trump and members of his administration as heartless Nazis who took delight in breaking up families. President Trump issued an executive order to end the separation of illegal immigrant families at the border, and a federal judge is overseeing the government's compliance with the order to reunite families, but Trump is still catching flack over the policy and was asked about it again on Tuesday while preparing to leave the White House for a trip to Europe. According to the Washington Examiner, Trump offered up a rather simple solution to the problem of family separation at the border: don't cross the border illegally with a family in tow. Tell people not to come to our country illegally. That's the solution. Don't come to our country illegally. Come like other people do, come legally, Trump told reporters when asked how best to solve the family separation issue. I'm saying this very simply: we have laws. We have borders. Don't come to our country illegally. It's not a good thing, he continued, according to Politico. The president then shifted his attention to the recent trend on the left of demonizing the men and women of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, as well as calls for the abolition and disbanding of the enforcement unit by elected officials and prominent activists. The people that are fighting ICE, it's a disgrace. These people go into harm's way. There is nobody under greater danger than the people from ICE, Trump stated. We ought to support ICE, not do what the Democrats are doing, he added. Speaking of the Democrats, the president had some choice words for the opposition party as the consequential midterm elections swiftly approach, and called them out for their open borders and weak on crime stances, according to the Examiner. Democrats want open borders and they don't mind crime. We want no crime and we want borders, Trump explained. Our borders mean something, right? And remember this: without borders, you do not have a country, the president said. Though the president will no doubt receive additional flack from the left for his commentary here, he is in fact absolutely correct in his solution to prevent families from being separated at the border. It really is as simple as: don't cross the border illegally with a family if you don't want to be separated from that family while being processed and prosecuted for the crime of illegal entry. Unfortunately, simple solutions based on common sense and respect for the rule of law aren't exactly in vogue on the left these days, so Trump's proposed solution to save families from the grief of being temporarily separated will be denounced and dismissed.